Educated Rebel slash Steven here, whatever you want to call me. So I wanted to do just a quick reaction video on Rattle Pokemon's recent video today about the Pokemon card Facebook group raffles that go on, the waffles or the Razzes that they're called. So now what I really wanted to do was like sit down and edit a video, not just do a quick live. God only knows what atrocities I'm gonna spit out here. But I don't know. I was waiting for this one. I had talked to him before a little bit about like, hey, is there going to be a video on these? Because I was a little concerned. I mean, I'm a person that kind of likes them. Now, I think Rattle did voice some pretty fair concerns, although I think there was a lot of takeaway, like there was a lot of things, I mean, that took away from his main points, where he added like all the sort of jokes and the way he called certain things. Just some of the terminology he used all throughout the video. I think it's like, I don't know, I think maybe it's potentially a harder case to sort of talk about than it is like, I don't know, like some of the Logan Paul stuff he had covered or whatnot. I don't know. It's like with these here, like, yeah, most case scenario, most people like to host and sell using the, like he said, the illegal online raffling gambling thing, because they can get more of a profit margin from it, or at least they think they can. But it's like, my cat. I don't know. I think that. So I don't think it's something that should go away. I also heavily question how and why Facebook does let a lot of it still go down. I'm convinced that they're kind of watching as opposed to they don't know what's going on. There's actually two different places the same day Rattle made this video that there's automobiles, there's cars being waffled in some of these Facebook groups. Won't mention any names or anything. One of them may be a joke, but the other one may be a joke but looks like it's real. A major sports card place, or actually it wasn't even a sports card group, it was an anti-scam group, I think mostly for sports. They tried to waffle a car 1 or 2 years ago, some purple car, and that ended up not running correctly and it was a mess. But what I'm getting at is, actually, I don't really know what I'm getting at. I think what I'm getting at is I wanted to sit down and do like a edited video reaction to his, but I just went on live, so that was a horrible mistake on my end. But I just think like the emphasis on the fact that it's illegal, like yes, 100% it is illegal. Now I don't necessarily think that that means that it's illegal. Like, I don't even think that means it's illegal in the sense of like littering and like I hate littering with a passion, even though like even though it's a misdemeanor, it's not a felony, or at least depending on the quantity of how much you do it. So like yeah, the raffles, let's face it, two of the main reasons why they are illegal realistically is one, they're unregulated, and two, they're untaxed. There's literally sports betting platforms that are legalized because they are regulated and taxed. Very similar situation with marijuana, how that ended up in a lot of places. I live in Mass, so that's one place too. I've never smoked in my life, but just kind of followed it a little bit. Like similar situation, marijuana. The people wanted it so much, just like prohibition with alcohol. People wanted it so much that the government they evaluated it and they're like, okay. And they set up the regulation and the tax system for it. So my assumption, like reason why I'm even making this video and that I'm on the side of waffles is my assumption is like, what if Facebook's letting them be there because they want to make something out of it for themselves one day because they know it's sustainable on their platform to a point because random strangers are doing it illegally but still making it sustainable. That was one of my big sort of issues with his video, actually, was that I mean it was actually a really good thing that he's looking out for the community, where he was saying that you know, you should watch out for people trying to rig those or scam with those. One thing I do remember is that the light pack, unweighed pack thing, as Gary Vee says with some other things, that's not a waffle Raz problem. That's a people problem, a selling problem. It is a booster. It is a vintage Wizards of the Coast booster pack problem. It is easily solved by people doing this system, even in waffles, and they should be doing it in waffles. And if they didn't, that's a problem, right? But whether it's a waffle or a straight sale or an auction, how you go about Wizards of the Coast booster packs is you either go by heavy price with proof that it's heavy, light price with proof that it's light, or if it is claimed to be unweighed, people I've heard usually go by light pack price. And in my head, I'm like, even if it's directly in between light price and so even if say there's price point A, B, and C, A is light, C is heavy. You could make B for the unweighed price, but again, a lot of people tell each other, go with A. For unweighed packs, go with light. Now, I don't know to what degree that's actually followed. I've just seen it around. I don't know if it's the industry standard, but we all know it should be. It's because it makes sense. So, yeah, just if you see weighable packs, Hidden Fates weighable, we're going to go through that if I make it one day with a scale that has an extra zero more than what anyone's using. Actually, every pack in the TCG weighable, but we'll get into that later. Pending differences in print runs, which you have to find out for yourself. No differences in print runs for a set. Let me tell you something, it's going to be weighable. Computers make the distribution of the packs, and it's only random to us because there's so much of it. Anywho, I got off topic. Yeah, that was just one of my things, is like, pause a tiny bit with the light pack thing. Whoever he was, not targeting, but whoever he was referring to, that sounded like they really deserved that call out for, you know, the winner probably, or multiple winners probably. I didn't see it myself, I don't remember it, but someone was probably and honestly, I could see that. I can see a seller being dumb enough to sell packs in any form, but let's just say the raffles, and majority only do a light. Keep in mind, I think natural odds for light versus heavy is like every 2 light packs, there's a heavy third, or every 1 heavy pack, there's 2 light packs floating around. That's just what I've heard, but anywho. You know, when there's mostly dominant light, you know, something shady going on. There's those rare instances where people buy 10 vintage packs and 7 of them are heavy, but again, rare instances. Warzone King Kong Gorilla update just installed. I just want to skip through this. Okay. So anyway, what else though? He said a lot of things, like it was just regular little jokes in there, but he kept a serious demeanor the whole time. So it was more like degrading against the waffles, which I totally understand. But his videos are going to evolve like some YouTubers, where, because I could already see in real time how I would edit my response video, and I would just like when he mentioned Twitter, he was talking about Elon Musk and the free speech stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, you could razz on Twitter because, you know. So I would have like thrown a screenshot of Elon Musk buys Twitter on there for X amount of seconds, you know, like really solidify something like that. And even if that's what wasn't his intent, like that would add on more than anything else. Or he could have just put the Twitter symbol on the screen as he talked, you know? But I mean, I like most of his videos. I even like that one, actually. I actually did even like that one. I don't really have problems with it besides the ones I mentioned, but you can find problems like the one I mentioned with so many debates, so many of these hobby debates. People completely on your side that you completely like, you're still going to not agree with 100% of the stuff. But I kind of remember the same, like a similar thing was with when people, I think he was, I think he was some of the many people calling out some people for like illegally purchasing and then illegally selling early Pokemon TCG sets, or sealed product or singles that are before not release date, but remember before pre-release date. And everyone on Facebook was going crazy about saying how, oh, well, who cares? And then people were going, hey, it's illegal and it's immoral and we shouldn't let this happen. And if you have distro licenses, you should get them taken away. Like, it kind of reminded me of that, where it's like, I am obligated to never ever publicly or privately sell product early, whether I do or don't have business distribution licenses, because I want my ceiling to be higher than most people. I want to make it. I want to become one of the top in this industry. People don't realize that they sell themselves short with that type of stuff. It's like, oh well, But I think that some people that are big enough that get called out for it, they should learn their lessons. And if they don't, shame on them. I know. Shame on them for doing it in the first place. But you live and you learn. So some people make mistakes. Some people go without making any mistakes in the hobby that anyone has ability to complain about. But the longer someone's in, the more rare that is. In all honesty, we know, we've been there. But yeah, I mean, as far as Battle Pokemon, as far as Michael goes, I like his content. I like what he does. I did like that video. I just like, if I could get on his podcast or if he can get on mine, God forbid if I had time, and if we could like I think you guys would like I could do a whole edited video. I have this cheesy dumb bad live right now. I could do a whole professionally edited video. I think it would be a good reply to his video that we're talking about. But I think that the best thing would be if me and him got on video conference and if we talked about it. Maybe the result is I just make a fool of myself. I don't know. But I kind of want to find out. Because I just have my own opinions on why, like, yes, of course, yeah, it's illegal, and yes, like some of it's all sketchy. But one thing too is if you actually go about being in those communities, honestly, they are the safest sectors and safest segments of the buy sell trade ness of the Facebook Pokemon card platform. Now, give or take, maybe that statement's true or false, but I know what it definitely does do is it definitely generates and builds for you the best types of feedback, because he was talking about like the potential bad sides of, he was saying a lot of what if people don't ship your cards? I mean, I don't think he said it like that, but what if sellers don't ship you your stuff? Oh, well, he was mostly referring to your paying friends and family. I only see this video once, but yeah, you're only so how that works, and it's like, okay, well, it makes sense. It's a fair on this side, fair on that side explanation is that when you have 20 people participating in a raffle, if everyone does goods and services, well, in the past, when it first started, I think, some people have made PayPal claims against those when they lose. That is a scam on the participant's side. So to protect against that for the seller, they do various friends and family payments, no goods and services, specifically so that the chance of that happening is very minimized. Also, people like their accounts when they're doing cheaper, lower cost spots with friends and family and they lose. They are less inclined to do a Visa or MasterCard or American Express chargeback. No one even explains like that. They just say chargeback. I've been looking into that stuff. But again, sorry, people are less inclined to do that because it does put flags on their money sending apps side and they get account restrictions. Especially if you do it more than once or more than a couple times. So, if you actually join the raffle communities on Facebook with Pokemon cards, you will find that there are certain groups. There's actually even a small amount of groups, or at least one that I know of, that I look at them like, why are you only doing this for fun? Because, like, there's a group that actually only prices at market or only prices at retail. Bro. But yeah, Rattle is right. You know, most people try to do it to gain those extra profit margins. Now, he was kind of explaining it like, yo, that's a dick move on the buyers. Yes, it is. But he was also saying, yo, man, you're paying $150 for a $50 for a $100 card. There's a yes and no with that, and the yes is much stronger than the no. The no is not there. It is. You pay the price of your spots on the raffle, and as a participant, you should have a right to fairness that a $100 item shouldn't be priced at $200. But the argument is strong that, like, it's not like me trying to, oh, I like them, oh, I want to profit big on them, so, oh, I want to benefit off of it, so I'm defending it. Actually, the more sustainable you want to be, there comes a point where you stop waffles altogether. Safari, along with a lot of other groups after them or right before them, way back, actually stopped raffles in their groups because they want to scale. They want to be sustainable. They want to. Their business isn't a side hustle; it's a business. But you have these communities that they're willing to do it, but a lot of them they're like, this is a side hustle for me, or they even might have businesses in it, but they separate it from themselves. Trust that you can only do that so far because we don't know what the future holds with regulation for it all and consequences for it all for big business. Even though most hobby flip it stuff, e-commerce, physical commerce stuff is all claimed to be low profit margin and minimum wage employees when it's done with through employees. It's the thing with the raffles, because I know I just went on a tangent once again. You're not you like he like if anyone that doesn't know the raffles seen his video, they'd steer clear from them for the wrong reasons. You do not on that chart as already mentioned pay $100 or $150. Oftentimes, sometimes people can even do something that's called one spotting an auction, not an auction, a raffle. Sorry, I got a $500 lot of sealed product with a one spot $5 spot once. To be fair, I will be the first to say, like, you can rehash this in your in a reply video, but I'll say it before y'all. Is yeah, that $500 lot. Little do I know, it could have been worth $395. It could be worth $400. I don't know, but it's still worth $400. It's like, but I mean, I understand that the larger the gap, the more of a seemingly dick move it is to participants and whatnot. But on the other hand, some participants, you know, the market should know and be okay with what they pay for if they're the ones paying for it, because the market always decides. You have people that don't participate. It's actually a majority. It is actually the vast majority that don't participate. But for the ones that do, that are there minding their own business, not touching anybody, for the little guy, for the minority in this space, in this platform, they know what they're getting themselves into. And like for new people, it's good to safeguard them. It's good to be honest and tell them what's going on. It is people's responsibility and due diligence to price check for buy it nows, for auctions, so they know their bid margins, and for raffles. Now, what's illegal today may be legal tomorrow or may be legal never. We don't know. And yes, not trying to brush anything off. It is illegal now. But there's always a but. I want to make money off of it, so making this video. No, kidding. But yeah, it's, you're not paying that much, and I get what he was trying to say. Well, you are paying that much if your price per your spots are based off of that amount. Yeah. But sometimes it's $450 worth of stuff priced at $5.10 with $1 spots. It wasn't my fault that Spank Face 45 decided to put $45 in there, and it wasn't my fault that these 45 people decided to put $3 a piece in there. But if they went off $3, I'm happy for them. Shit, illegal or not. Because do I tolerate littering at all? No. Is that illegal? Yes. Is that a misdemeanor? Yes. Illegal gambling could even be more than a misdemeanor. But it's also has to do with the morality of what's actually going on. You know? So, some people look at the simplicity of, again, back to the selling product early. Some people look at it and say, it's selling product early. What's the difference of 2 days early versus 3 weeks? Maybe the exploit there, people can grade a card early, get it on eBay first, and make the most profit off of an illegal activity, an illegal action. Yeah, people should be mad about that. Do I personally think that people should be mad if somebody buys product early, illegally, sells it early, illegally, and the purchaser gives it to their kids to open and doesn't pursue to make a profit off of it? See, in the morality sense, I'm not mad at that. But again, I know my ceilings. You don't succeed the best in, like, the e-commerce industry if you don't play by the best of all the rules and don't have all of your best interest in your customers that literally make you, in the community that literally makes you. So I, like, for a person like me, like, I by default, like, going forward, my best interest has to be in the people, because that's how you get more people more than anyone else. And that's how you get more sales than more than anyone else. And people, I feel like, don't talk about it like that. But when you hear it like that, you're like, oh, damn. Because I know when I hear it like that, I'm like, oh, damn. I don't know about y'all, but if you ain't saying, oh, damn, you have low margins, and you're only going to have low margins. But the ones at the top, my assumption is that they're like nodding their heads going, oh, yeah, like, we're going to have this guy, like, around because he knows what's up. But anyway, this was much longer than I wanted it to be and way more off topic than I wanted it to be, and didn't even hit everything I wanted it to hit. But I don't know. See, what I wish is, I wish I was rich, and I wish I could, like, do what Rattle Pokemon does at scale. Like, I mean, like 60 hours a week. But I only have time to do really bad 24-minute lives. So, but hey, I look forward to the future. Peace out, guys. There should come a point where I stop waffles altogether myself due to legal safety reasons, as a just in case for the worst case scenario, because I like to plan for that. In terms of scaling, someone goes, like, again, the bad people with the biggest brains, like, okay, they go to the highest lengths. I'm a big business owner one day. They get the feds to fine the hell out of me. Like, people don't talk about these things. Like, that's me thinking the worst case scenario. But, okay, well, that's why I'm going to do it for a year and then stop, or a couple of years and then stop at some point. And then as soon as it's ever illegal in any way, I'll get on the channel and follow the rules for that and just do it. In fact, I'll just be the one to make it legal. Even if it's not the way it's run now. Even if a new platform has to be made. Like, that's probably easy. You know why? The sports industry actually fucking did it. So, hey, kill me before I do it. I don't know what to tell y'all. Really, shit's that simple. Why? Because someone's already done it. Well, I'm literally laughing over here. But again, it doesn't. What I'm saying now doesn't really have bearing on Rattle's video, really. If you can make your own connections to it, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about right now, so I'm just like, I need to go to bed. It's too late right now. All right. Do your due diligence with raffles. Find the 20 groups that you don't want to associate with because they overprice the most. Find the next 10 groups that overprice the least. Get yourself the best feedback you can by being a host and participant of as many of them as you can, because in that e-commerce platform space, when you do that and when you do regular trades, and when they come back successful, you're going to build yourself the best feedback, quite honestly. It's probably like every raffle you take a loss on, or every raffle you host and the person gets their stuff, like those actions are worth 3 straight sales going right a piece individually. That's just my opinion. That's just because I'm addicted to the Pokemon card Facebook groups, and waffles happen to be a segment of them. So almost like every single form of Facebook buying and selling in the groups that is not a Facebook marketplace embedded sale post, that is not properly documented and properly priced and properly insured and properly shipped and properly paid for through the right channels, everything outside of that breaks Facebook terms of service bare minimum, if not more terms of service and even laws elsewhere. It's going to take a long time for everything to be fully regulated, fully banned, fully monitored. It's going to be a while. Partially because I bet you Facebook is monitoring everything on their own with weird documentation of it, but they're studying it to try to make better product and stuff. So, like when they launch something that's similar, or when they do a major update the marketplace to add variety or something, you know where it's going to come from. The test dummies that they're letting do stuff. Claim sales, for example. I don't think that's allowed. Almost every group lets people do it. Even the groups that don't let people do anything. Screw you guys. Just kidding. There's good reasons why you exist, even if you don't know what they are. But it's actually good reasons for like mostly all of it to exist, even some of the really bad stuff. Not really bad stuff, some of the moderately bad stuff, but that's more fair to say. But yeah, so when I get my time back, y'all watch out. I'm coming for you. All right, peace. Right now, the 50-hour work week grind to pursue financial freedom. See ya. Where am I? There we go. Yeah, I want to stop streaming. Of course.